consumers emotionally, by building that brand image and messaging, they can command 20% to 200% higher than what their competitors are charging. How many of you would like to be able to do that? If you say no, I guess you don't want to make more money. I don't know how that works, but 80% of all impressions that we form during communication is nonverbal. Now, this is very relevant to a big brand as well as a personal brand. Think about you are representing your brand. You are the brand ambassador. You're representing. But if people aren't liking what they're seeing in the image, I mean, if we got really honest, you're judging me right now. I'm judging you right now because that's what we do. I'm not talking about a judgmental, I don't like you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you are building perceptions about me. There's an image being formed right now. And that's how we do things. When we come into contact with somebody, we are scanning the person, coming up with an image in our mind about that person. And there are so many things that build up that brand, that image, from how that person talks, how that person sits, walks, what they say, what they don't say, how they smell. All of it is building an image in their mind. We have sensory receptors constantly pulling and gathering information. And we're constantly taking information that we're not even necessarily aware of. It's insane. I've ever seen a parent where they're having a conversation with someone, and their kid's in another room, they scream, and they immediately hear what's going on because there are sensory receptors constantly going. That's how we work. That's how we were built and programmed. So as you are building and designing your personal brand and your corporate brand, this is all very, very important. Did you know that there are companies, including Apple, that it's called neuromarketing, which I'm not going to get into, but did you know that there are steakhouses even that have machines that pump out smells? Barbecue, it's a barbecue place, but it has a canned smell that is pumping out barbecue smell. So people drive by, smell it, and they go, oh, yeah, I want some of that. That's what they do. Apple's done it. They have tested different colors, different smells. It does something to the brain that goes, yeah, I kind of feel like buying right now. I mean, it's a trend. But that's pretty advanced stuff that big companies are doing. Now, this is probably one of the biggest key points right here, and you've got to get this. That as brands become more similar, the consumer does not base their buying decision on the brand. They base it on the price. What does this mean for you as the business that's selling the product, that's selling the service, is now you're in a price war with your competitors. Doesn't that suck? Because now you're instead of charging what you're worth, you're charging a lot less and even more. And you're practically working for free just to get that client that's probably lousy. That's a bad cycle to be in. Why would you want to do that? But we're talking about ruling the realm, so we got to switch things up. As Jamie Lee Curtis said, at first I thought she took my message. I'm like, whoa, hold on. There's a uniqueness that has to be established. We're told that you need, and it seems to come natural. We're told, hey, look at what they're doing, look at what your competitor's doing, and then do what they're doing. But just try to do it better. Sometimes that works. Sometimes. But the odds are still against you, and you want to really go down that route. So let's talk about what we need to do differently. And ask yourself this question, with even that last statement right there. Are you paying attention to your brand? How much are you paying attention to your brand? Whether it's a corporate business brand or your personal brand. How much effort and how much thought have you put into it? Because this is where the money is going to be. People are not or will buy from you based on what the image they're perceiving. Now, could this be a reason why that you're maybe struggling with getting clients or customers? Could this be why you're getting lousy customers? Could this be why you're trying to get through the noise of the competitors? It's because, frankly, people do not like you. Now, before you get mad, hold on. This could be really good news for you. if people don't like you, and what I mean by that is they don't like the image that they're perceiving about you right now. If you have taken on some of those old traditional selling tactics and you have come across pushy, and now that's the image that that person has in their mind about you, when you come around with your opportunity, with your service, with your product, whatever, their guard is immediately up because of the image they have about you from a previous encounter. Does that make sense? We got to be careful. What image have you been expressing? What belief system have you been building in others around you about you? Because if it's a sales style, and I pick on salespeople, and there are people in sales here, I'm not trying to attack you, not really, just a little bit, you know. It's annoying. I got a call just a couple weeks ago from a guy that I knew from back in the coffee shop days. We're talking 3, 4, 5 years ago. No, longer than that. 6 years ago? I don't know, something like that. And he was actually the guy that got me started in network marketing. Like I said, I don't do that anymore. That's not my thing. But he was the guy that got me started. Now, during that process of me trying to build this business and all that, and his guidance and everything, I saw what he was like. I saw that he was just all about the money. Let's just sell, 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 let's talk people and convince people and try to get them to sign up for my business opportunity that really have no interest or business running a business. Those are the kind of people I want, yeah. That guy well, make this long story short, he screwed me and a family member. And I'm like, I'm done. Like, you don't get to do that and pretend that it's okay. You just cut all the income that we were making off of that like that. And you're going to act like it didn't happen? Doesn't work that way. And so even a stronger image in my mind about him was formed. So 4, 5, 6, whatever it's been, years later, he calls me just a couple weeks ago. Okay? I don't answer my phone. Just a voicemail. He's like, hey, Paul, I just want to let you know about this amazing business opportunity that you will absolutely love. If you have time, I know I'm talking on voicemail right now, but if you have time, there is a webinar that you need to get on in 20 minutes. Talk to you soon. Bye. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, what an idiot. Because this guy, totally screwed us over. And he has the nerve to call me now. And this is what really got me, because this is what I teach. He didn't even say, how are you doing? He didn't even say, long time no talk. It was immediately, boom, to a sales pitch. People don't like to be sold. I didn't like that phone call. And I don't particularly care for him. Have you ever experienced that before? People do not like to be sold, but we're told, sell. Doesn't make sense. There's got to be a better way. So it's time to stop self-promoting. And it's time to stop selling. It's time to stop marketing in ways that we don't ourselves like to be marketed to. If you don't like receiving that cold call during dinner, why would you do it yourself? It's a simple concept. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. Market to others the way you want to be marketed to. Simple, isn't it? How much more? We got to understand something. This is what's not being taught. Is business, and this is like old school, like way back in the day. This is what the foundational piece of business was built on, and then salespeople got in the way. But it was one of those things where business is built on relationships. You do business with people, not a logo. People, I'm with Verizon, maybe you're with AT&T or whatever. It's annoying to call customer service and have to press at least 10 buttons to finally talk to a human. Isn't that annoying? But yet, in the name of convenience, systemization, we do that. And we leave the consumer in the dust. And then we're like, well, why did they switch over to someone else? Something to think about. It's time to break the mold. Write this down because this is key, and repeat it to yourself that everything that you're doing is branding you. You don't have to be selling. You have a choice to sell or not. You have a choice to promote you or your product or your service. You have that choice. But you are always brand new. It is a 24/7